some of you guys are doing what I did in 2017, because 2016, I started chasing shiny objects, for those that don't know my story. So 2017, 2018, 2019. And what I mean by that is this. In those years, I bought into the groups that I was in. There was this common consensus throughout the group that in the winter, business owners don't do deals. In the winter, it's slow. In the winter, business sucks, right? This is the thing that everyone is talking about. And go figure, the people that were talking about it were not the ones that were making moves. They're not the ones, the big players. These are the average everyday Joe, talks shit at the water cooler, complain about their boss type of people. So for the first 3 years, 17, 18, 19, I believe that. I bought into it. And I had the worst winters of my life. And what I mean by that is it was cold outside, which I hate. And that meant I was in a bad mood. My bank account was slowing down because I didn't have a flat fee structure. I had pay per lead, which meant that was going down. And on top of that, I believed that you couldn't do any deals during the winter because no one spent money. Okay. Finally, in 2020, I realized, I'm like, look, there has to be a way. There's got business. And I started thinking, business still goes on, right? The shitty business owners, I know business owners that take the entire winter off. That's fine. So maybe there's not as many business owners to talk to, but I know there's deals to be done. I know there's business to be had. And so finally in 2020, I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to just bake it into my projections that I'm going to have a winter that sucks. I am going to have the best winter of my life. And in 2020 and 2021, that's exactly what happened. And I stopped believing that. I stopped. Now, guys, I'm not, head in the clouds believing that it's just airy fairy. There are challenges with winter. I understand that, just like you. Many of you guys on here have set up ads and you've had, there's been some inconsistency. That's one of the struggles, right? But there's also good things about it. There's good things about winter. There's not as many people calling. There's not as many lead generators, not as many SEO companies. A lot of other companies, a lot of other average people are taking the winter off. So guess what that means? That means you have an opportunity where if you call, you're not fighting against as many people. Okay. So I'm not sitting here telling you that there aren't some factors that play in. I'm not telling you that there aren't some challenges. There are. The leads are a little bit more expensive because there's less of them. I get it. But there's also less competition. And, there's less business owners maybe to talk to because some of them are taking the winter off or they're whatever. But you know what is awesome is the business owners you do get a hold of are the people that are actually serious. It's almost like you have this auto vet thing set up for you because you're not going to be talking to business owners that are taking the winter off. They're going to tell you to screw off. And the ones that are talking to you are the actual ones you want to work with. So I'm telling you this because, guys, don't buy into it. Don't buy into it. Do not buy into the fact that winter has to be slow. And guys, tomorrow is actually technically the first day of winter, which is kind of terrifying because I hate the cold. Tomorrow is December 21st, the first day of winter. But the cool part is January 1st. I was talking to Kyle about this earlier today. It's this weird thing, January 1st. Okay. And it's like, even though it's just as cold as it was on December 31st, there's this thing that goes on. It's like it's almost like a palpable feeling in the air where people are just in a better mood. Everyone's out there hitting the gym for the week, right? Their first week, and they're going to be done by the end of the week. Everyone's on a diet. Everyone's going to crush business. And business owners, they're ready to spend money. They're ready to take it to the next level, right? And the year hasn't punched them right in the teeth yet. So there is something that will happen in 11 days that you're going to feel a shift. You are going to feel a shift, but that doesn't mean that the climate's going to change. There's still going to be snow. It's still going to be cold, all that stuff, but you are going to see a little bit of a shift. But I want to relay the fact, do not buy into because you have somebody you're messaging on in one of these other groups or whatever, and you guys are just sitting there and telling, oh, the winter sucks. Cool. There are challenges. I understand that. But you know what else sucked? There were some people during the pandemic that went broke. There was restaurants that went broke, but there's other people like me that had the best year of their lives. Okay. You know what happened in 2008? There was a bunch of people sitting around with their thumb up their ass talking about why things were so bad and they couldn't do deals while other people got filthy freaking rich. Okay. So you get to choose. And I'm telling you this because literally on Saturday, I was in Vegas. I'm actually in Vegas right now, but I was here on Saturday as well. And I was at the mall with my little brother and he's like, hey, I got to go jump on a call. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, no, I have a closing call right now. And dude, I mean, it was a grown-up move. It was a championship move, man. We're out there hanging out, eating, shopping, going to the Mr. Olympia, and he went and he took his ass into the car and went and sat in a parking garage in a car and closed the $1,500 per month deal. And it wasn't the smoothest close. He got the deal, he got the verbal, and the guy lost his card. And he called me and I said, the guy's full of shit. You need to get some money. So he calls the guy back, and it was like a 3-hour deal. He spent the good part of his Saturday. He should have been on vacation, hanging out. He spent it on a call getting a deal. But the fact of the matter is, he doesn't know. He hasn't been in this game long enough to know that the winters are supposed to be bad. So lo and behold, he's closing deals. This is his second deal he's got in the last month, I believe, maybe 5 weeks. And this is during the quote unquote worst time of year. Okay. So guys, don't buy into this bullshit. The fact that he didn't know it was supposed to be bad, so he's just doing deals, he's just sending it, just is proof that, guys, we buy into these things because we want to give ourselves excuses. We want to give ourselves outs of why we're not succeeding. And again, I'm not trying to say that there aren't some challenges. I'm not trying to say the leads are a little bit inconsistent, a little bit harder to get a hold of business owners. There's people, I've talked to business owners that like, hey, I'm in Florida, call me in March. Cool. I'm not saying that's not the case. What I'm saying is that if you are taking a break and sitting on your ass, that's on you, not on the business model, not on this. There are deals to be done. There's business to be made, business to be made, deals to be done, money to bring in. There is a lot of shit to be done right now, even though it's December 20th. So don't take the next 11 days off just because it's the end of December. Okay. You could get 2, 3, 4 deals done. And I know that sounds crazy to some of you guys. You could get deals done in the next 11 days. And I don't care if it's Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, any of that kind of shit. Okay. It's all about just going and making it happen. So don't take a break, guys. But I'm also giving you a little bit of hope for those of you that have been like, oh my gosh, business owners have been a little weird. January 1st, you're going to see a shift. You're going to feel a shift. It's just going to be this thing you're going to feel in the air. Okay.